And we are live. T minus 27 minutes until race one, round one, 2026, the Australian Grand Prix. And I'm here for it. What are we doing? It is 3:05 GMT. Oh, the humanity. Early morning or something. Chaos. Here's your boy Johnny. Do you know what I mean? We go live, and there's a gazillion F1 centric threads at which we need to pull over the next 55 minutes before we get. I'm telling you, just watching Anthony Davidson talk about the bloody start. Oh, Scuderia Ferrari. What do we do? Scuderia Ferrari, excuse me. We'll get the enunciation right. Yeah, yada, yada, yada. Miss one street. Thank you to everyone. You guys are legend. Bobby J, I appreciate you. Adding for night. Easy G, John Cammy. We're going to get techie, aren't we? I'm here. I am here for it. What are we doing though, chat? Why are these rules? Feels like this is it's meant to be birthday and Christmas, but then we've only got to go and mourn someone. How sad is this? That these guys you heard earlier that Bortoletto was desperately trying to reduce the power. What? They didn't want to do straight mode through turn 6 to turn 9. What? Had they done that, FI would have been signing their own death warrant, right? That we would have had cars going through turn 6 and turn 9 30 kilometers slower than not F2 cars. F3? What are we doing? That's bonkers. Sunseeker, you're cracking me up. No, Mrs. Cameron should be all right. She should be fine. Is this the live stream race? It is not, James. Unfortunately, I'd love to put on the bloody the official F1 in the background, but sadly, mate, I think we'd all get into some big trouble if indeed. No. We'll talk. This is a watch along. You can get yourself a cheeky F1 TV access. Everyone apparently, James, wants themselves a free meal. You want your boy Cameron CC to get into trouble? I don't think we want that. Thank you, Cameron. I really appreciate your shout out. No, you're a legend, Bobby J. I appreciate you, mate. If they're going to give this anti-racing reg, at least let us have some chaos flavour to keep us entertained. I think it will be a bit chaotic at the start. It will be a bit chaotic because you've got all the, it's bloody derating. And remember, so here's what the starts will look like, and we'll go through a gazillion different things. We'll talk about pit stops. We'll look at Ruth Bruscombe and what she says she expects as far as medium to hards, with a view to bake in some flexibility. No, there's a couple of different things that are important off the starts, right? In the first instance, you've got to spool the turbo. In the second, you got to leverage the 5-second delay as far as the 5 red lights going out, with a view to make sure that your battery's at the right spot at the right bloody time, that you start with the most charge. Lest we forget, 50 kilometers, the first 50 kilometers per hour, no battery. Shortly thereafter, though, you can use 100% off. How do you juggle and spin for all those different automotive pugilistic plates? Therefore, non-rhetorical question. Max did 10,000 hours of farming, so I don't doubt it at all, John. Bearing in mind the old Saudi Arabian Grand Prix story. Of course, we speak of 2021 when Jeddah Corniche was a brand new circuit on track. Which one of their drivers had commissioned an iRacing modeler with a view to get some time on Jeddah Corniche on the sim before everybody else, the other 19? None other than Max Emilian Verstappen. F1 cars are ish. Oh, Dustin, F1 though more slow in boost is more like scale electric. You know, Max, I only realised that it wasn't scale electrics. Scale electric. What did I used to say? Scale electrics. That's what I used to say. Matt Bishop on Ankylosily. That's history. Set me right, didn't they? Like, no. It's not scale electrics. It's scale X trick. I did not realise. I am stupid. We are checking. Max doesn't look very optimistic. No, he's starting from the back, isn't he? There's some Max Verstappen stats. You know, there were some Maximilian Verstappen statistics around him starting from the back. Listen, how far can Max get up? It's all unknown, sadly. This is the problem. with this rule. And nobody knows. There's no Piastri's prologue. There is no precedent. But there are some Max Verstappen stats that I was looking at. Here we go. Let's have a look at these. Because I mean, if anybody's going to come through the pack, then I feel like the last time that he started from the pits was Brazil, when he very nearly podiumed, right, last year. But for Kimi Antonelli growing a pair. You know what I mean? Where's the lucky Red Bull? No, I had one already. Easy G. I've run out already. Craig Lewis, you're a legend. I appreciate you, mate. And for those of you who've become brand new elated pebblers, members of the channel, I appreciate you more than words might convey. Do yourself and myself a favour and get yourself over to Community tab, and shortly thereafter, if you are that way inclined, over to the Discord. There is a link over there. I appreciate you. Bobby J talking about Sutton Coldfield. Bobby J, whereabouts in Sutton Coldfield, mate? I'm keen. Because we're going back already. F1 should understand Michael Jordan won 3 in a row, firing 8. That's great. Too kind, mate. My money's on 5th. Go on then. You guys tell me how many places you think Max Verstappen. There's a cheeky stat I was looking at. Let me try and get this up. Daniel Volante, F1 stat guy, was talking about Maximilian Verstappen and how past his prologue he's going to make some moves. Right, streaks to watch. Go on then, for context, courtesy of Daniel Volante, F1 stat guy, or F1 guy Dan, excuse me. Consecutive wins from Max Verstappen, 3. Consecutive poles, nobody. Consecutive podiums, again across seasons, Max Verstappen has 10. Consecutive top 5 race results, Max Verstappen has 10. Oscar has 2. Lando Norris 2. Consecutive points finishes without sprints. Who do you think's leading that? George Russell 16, Max Verstappen 13, Charles Leclerc 3. Consecutive Q3 appearances, last non-Q3 appearance, Lando Norris 31, Oscar Piastri 28. Go on then, Jinx. Oh my gosh, we're not even going to talk about Lando and Jinxes, but there was some interesting. Let me get to the Max Verstappen stats, because there were some interesting ones. Here we go, Max Verstappen. First race is using the number 3, of course, that he's inherited from Danny Rick. In the second instance, Max will become the first driver to win the Drivers' Championship with the number 3 on his car since Michael Schumacher in 2000. Oh, the humanity. Did Michael Schumacher race number 3? How did we not know this? Will become the first driver to win. Won 51 races with the number 1 on his car, trailing under Michael Schumacher, who won 52. Wow. Last 5 starts in Albert Park have either resulted in a podium or a DNF. Maximilian Verstappen, of course, we speak of 3 podiums, 2 DNFs, would become the first Red Bull driver with multiple wins at Albert Park, Sebastian Vettel with 1 each, and Red Bull driver with the most podiums at the circuit, tied with Vettel 3 each. At F1 record 1,029-day streak of leading the drivers' standings end at last year's Albert Park. Oh, the humanity, when Lando Norris won it, of course, on a streak of 3 straight wins and 10 straight podiums. Is he going to? He'll have to go somewhere. If he's going to do that, Max, he's going to podium. He will have to go some. Next win with the Red Bull will be his 72nd, tying with Michael Schumacher and Ferrari for second most wins of a single constructor. Has won a race in every Red Bull car he's driven, responsible for 1,014 of Red Bull's 1,015 total laps led since the start of 2024. Those aren't bad stats. I don't hate those from Daniel Volante, I've got to be honest. Yes, before static numbers. Love how Blando was telling. Oh yeah, he was all like he was all over him, wasn't he? Oh, Max, just go and retire with all your moaning. And then next thing you know, Lando's saying, nah, these are the worst. Last year were the best iteration of cars, and this year is the worst. Do me a favour and smash the like if you could. It means more to the channel than you might realise. Yeah, Jason, I think Lando, to be fair to him, came out and said he was rage baiting, as you would, as you would, Lando. Wow, how did I not know that? That would be amazing, which would be so cool to showing respect to the guy. I know, how did I not know that either, Bobby J? It's a good stat, eh? What's going on, F-boy? Adrian, the last spine bender. Oh, jeez. Aston Martin, eh? I don't know where to start with this. Who knew? He'll get there in the end, won't he, Adrian? But I just don't know how long he's going to be able to tolerate that team principle. Although I felt like seeing Adrian signing caps and deal with his adoring fan base in Australia. I feel like Adrian likes a bit of this. I listen. I just get the impression that he likes a bit of the old fandom. Wants to pretend as if he's no. I'm just a purist. I want to build myself the fastest racing car to ever race in races, and then seeing fans recognise him and want him to sign their caps. You could see his face just resplendent. Do you know what I mean? As versus Emerald, are you a legend? As versus when he was before the world's press and media answering their questions in the official FIA team principals press conference, it was like, you know what I mean? He looked dishevelled is too rude, but you get where I'm meaning. So John, you're a legend. Martin Brundle loves rule changes. King of DNF, wants some Aston Martin company. True. Yeah, maybe he wants himself a cheeky ambassador, but I'm sure they might have offered him that already. Or maybe he's too old for the ambassador, I don't know. Maybe they want someone young and sexy. Like our dear friend Jensen. What an absolute tour. Cameron, brother, you got your morning Red Bull drink? No, I don't have Red Bull this morning. I'll need it though. I will need it. So John, you're a legend. Says do. I saw the quote, Max is almost always right, which we can agree on at least. Yeah, I think the incident just looked weird, didn't it? And especially when fresh in the memories, Max Verstappen being super aggressive on the downshifts. I thought in the first instance, and again, this is correlation, causation, fantasy, right? I thought in the first instance that potentially the root cause of the incident may have been Max Verstappen shifting down. He said it wasn't. Pierre Vacher confirmed that he was on the brake first before he was on the downshift, which is interesting, right? Would you be on the brake first before? Which is interesting. Yeah, maybe. Pierre Vacher rubber stamped it though, so who am I to disagree with Max Verstappen and Pierre Vacher? I don't understand why Max doesn't finish top 10. 3 cars in front of him aren't even in the right formula. I mean, define right formula. I feel like we're not even watching the right formula. Volga display 30 kilometers per hour slower than not the F2 cars, the F3. If they would have signed that bloody Faustian pact with a view to not run straight mode going through T6, T9. What are we doing here? Honestly, you can't even. That incident looked scary at first. I heard Michael Schumacher's. I heard Michael Schumacher's offspring did quite well. P4. Fair play, Mick. Don't hate that. And I heard Ganassi Chip Racing or Chip Ganassi Racing saying that, oh, come over here, we do racing, we don't derate the engines, you won't get none of this combined harvest the championship, you'll get some proper cars. No, but Bobby J, I'm trying to be a little bit more healthy. I'm trying, mate. I'm trying. So John, the car yeeted itself. Yeah, it looked weird, to be fair. Like in retrospect, it didn't look like. I remember Lewis having a bloody incident like that. Do you remember Lewis? I want to say in free practice. Where was he? Lewis had a similar. Okay, so Lance Stroll had a similar thing in Bahrain, and Lewis had a couple like that last year. It's a weird incident. That it's a weird incident. Weird incident of the race. This season is going to be a sleeper unless they change the rules 100%. So I just think but remember that it's a two-headed dragon for which we need to slay there. Z. In the first instance, you're talking about a leveling of the competitive landscape. Go on then, let me put this out there. If we're having conversations, 57% of you think that George Russell's going to win this year. 22% say Charles, 12% Kimi, Oscar Piastri, 9%. No Max Verstappen in the bloody poll. Never back against Max Verstappen, Cameron. Them there is the rules. Get out the bananas and throw them on track. Just an incident of the race. Jupiter engine. We are checking. Yes, absolutely. I've just put the kettle on for my English cup of tea when the race starts. I don't hate it, Bobby J. Lewis in Barcelona. Go on, have you seen these Lewis Hamilton comments? Flipping Nora, Lewis. I can't get political. Then their comments. I watched him say them in the press conference. I was like, oh my goodness. You do realise, Lewis, this massive can of worms that you're opening. Have you not seen the state of the world? Lewis, stay away. Although, in a previous life, I would have said, Lewis, why don't you want to get political, mate? Maybe. I don't know. I can't. Too much. Too controversial. There's no need for it. There's no need for me to speak to it. Come over here to watch some sports and escape from the rigmaroles of daily life. Carl, what's going on, chap? I know you'll have something to say about those Lewis Hamilton comments. Wagwan, Brian. Wagwan. F1 loving people. Hope everybody has a good weekend. Big up Cameron CC. Hope you're blessed, my G. And get your Red Bull. And you know what? I've missed the trick here. I could do with a bit of Red Bull. And you know what else I missed? I missed Ted Kravitz's notebook. Anthony Davidson was looking at the starts of the Mercedes. Not as good as the small turboed Ferrari. Clive, is the maybe sometimes jump out if no one else is having issues with the sound? Sometimes YouTube plays tricks on you. Maximilian Verstappen. I live in SA and I wasn't flattered by them. Oh man, Sandy, it's chaos, right? I don't even want to put. Honestly, I don't want to. One day we'll talk about those Sir Lewis Hamilton comments, but I don't want to do it today because it's too techie. Just like. You've got to be like, I'll say this in summary, there's some really serious issues. Like I had a lecturer at university who was like, he was really knowledgeable and really deep as far as his, oh my gosh, Oscar Piastri. Oh my gosh, Oscar Piastri in the barrier already. What is going on, Oscar? No, Oscar. And damage. Oh my gosh, Oscar. What is going on? The Aussie curse strikes again. Lest we forget that no Australian drivers even so much as podiumed at the Australian. No, Oscar, no. What are we doing? That is so sad. Flipping Nora. Seen him coming out the car. Can't they just push it off? Charles Edward, the man, the myth, the legend. I appreciate you. What is going on there? I don't think they can even see him. The Australian contingent, they're still waving their Aussie flags. How sad is that? Cold tyres. Curb. How sad is that? Oscar Piastri's Australian Grand Prix stillborn. Just took too much curb, didn't he? Oh, flipping Nora, Oscar. He's had another Baku, hasn't he? Cam chat, good evening, good morning, good night, wherever you are and this side of heaven. I'm depressed, man. These new rules and regs are horrendous. Lift and coast is insane. Slow rolling in quali. I told you, King George, but geez, a second on the field. Oh, shout out to I know Chain Bear back in the house. Imagine that put a smile on my face. Chain Bear, one of the goatiest to ever goated. Popcorn and thought juice, OJP, WT. Can't believe it, Charles. I'm gutted. I'm really upset with that. You gotta love seeing drivers drive in their home country, right? That's what it's about. Celebrate them there. No way, OJP, Baku repeat. What are we doing? These cars are garbage. You're 100% right. Sir John. No controversial statements said there, and far too kind again. Fudge. Oh, that's a bit frustrating, isn't it? Devo. Don't think we needed that. 200 kilowatts, and then at 80%. He was doing a shift. Oh. Unbelievable. Did he back and lock up like Matt's? No, he was shifting down. Hey, can you get Bryson on the channel soon? Kyle, Bryson's, I messaged Bryson a few months back. That's so sad. Yeah, no, I think Bryson's got his head deep in the aero stuff. Oscar Piastri realising, look, they're in tears, aren't they? Come there to see, do you know what I mean? Paid your Albert Park Park, yeah, of course, Cameron. Your Albert Park ticket money, T-minus 34 minutes, by the way, until we get ourselves a cheeky race start. You pay your bloody ticket money, your extortionate F1 prices, to see the hometown boy, or at least the Aussie guy, and then I sound like Zach Brown, don't I? That Aussie guy. What are you talking about? And then all of a sudden we get this sad times. First max in quali, if indeed you're invested in a levelling of the competitive landscape and a competitive championship, therefore. And then you get this. That, you know what that reminded me of? It reminded me of Brazil, the sprint race. That's what that reminded me of. Just getting a bit greedy with on the white stuff, but it wasn't just the white stuff. It was a bloody it was a downshift. 334 if you're watching Kokori. Do me a favour and smash the like if you could. It means more. Local support goes to Bottas now potentially. He's a bit of a you can see him in a ute, can't you? To use the Aussie lingo. This is insanity, says Sir John. Oh, what a bloody thing. Yeah, this is chaos. Do we know what happened to Oscar? A bit too much white stuff. A bit. He was too much on the white stuff, and then he tried to just shift down whilst on the white stuff. What happens when you're downshift? Okay, so you've got this again. If we're talking about the many plates for which these drivers will need to spin, if you're gonna blip, right? So they need to keep the charge. It's not just a traction limited series like it was last year. A key bottleneck in their success, teams and the drivers, is the ability to keep the battery charged. So Oscar just playing around with the extent to which he can charge the battery by dint of a cheeky downshift, has downshifted whilst he's got a tyre on the much more slippy white stuff. What you do when you downshift like that is you unsettle the car, right? If you've ever been drive a road car and then shift down from fifth to first, don't do that because you might break your engine. But you understand that the car does, you know, there's one of those. It's like it unsettles the rear, doesn't it? Unsettles the whole balance of the car when you do an aggressive downshift. So if you full load and you are limited by traction as you try and, do you know what I mean? As you try and put your foot down going through a turn, and then you have one of your tyres on the white lines which are slippier, and then you try and downshift, which unsettles the rear of the car anyway, then you've got this what's the word I'm looking for? It's a multi-tiered causation effect, isn't it? There are all those things, all of the aforementioned conspired to put Oscar Piastri in the barrier. Half the grid will cash out. So Frank, I don't think half the grid will crash. I think half the grid, well, Martin Brund already said that he doesn't expect too many people to get through to the end, and that's where it's going to get a bit techier. Oscar, the race hasn't started yet. True. Sad. Taking a leaf out of Isaac Hajal's book, but last year's Isaac, not 2026. Cameron, you didn't finish the professor story. What was I saying? Oh yeah, true also, Phil. Okay, so talking about, I'm not going to go too deep into the Lewis things because it's far too serious. But I had a professor at uni called Conrad. His name was Conrad James, and he was an absolute legend. Different level. We used to go and just like, you know these wordsmiths that start to paint pictures with their words. He was just a different level, but his knowledge was so the length and breadth of it that he could speak to something as bloody. It's layered what Lewis is talking to. Like he doesn't have the tact nor the nuanced rhetoric with which to speak to those points with any sort of it's too techy for Lewis. Lewis can't just say, oh well, they've got it. Like it, I get what he was trying to say, the sentiment, but it's too tiered. You've got to give, I don't know. I feel like Lewis doesn't have the length and breadth of a sophistication of understanding of the circumstance to which he speaks, to speak to that point in a way that's sufficiently robust. You've got to, it's tiered, mate. There's so many different things that you've got to pick at and talk to. You can't just say, whoa. It's a complicated issue, and you're going to piss some people off if you don't speak to it in a way that's proper. Oscar Piastri walking back, bless him, number 81. Shame that. You got to feel sad, Stephen? You've got to feel sad. My condolences, Oscar fans. Easy G, you saying that tongue in cheek, mate. Sadness. It looks like he wants to. It looks like his shoulders look hunched. He'll be all right. I know he does look gutted, doesn't he, Easy G? Sadness. 410 of you watching concurrently, do me a favour, smash a like. Me too, free climb. I am also gutted. TWM, legend in the house, moderator extraordinaire. Deployment increased when he went back over 80% throttle. It's cold tyres as well, eh? Go on then, let's have a look. I'm so done, says Miami. Me too. Okay, sounds clunky as far as the deployment, power delivery. Tick tick. From Alex Bundle breakdown. How many cars will complete this race? Bundle thinks that there will be less than or equal to 10. Olivia Panis settings 1996. Wheel spin on power Indy Racing Phoenix was good. I heard it was good. Chip Ganassi Racing saying come over here and watch a real series. Do you know what I mean? Never give Max Verstappen up. Never give up. Max won't be looking to give up. I think he'll have just a bloody shame. I think he could have gone close to George, you know. Not quite, not level with George. Advertising on Sky's long. Yeah. What's up, Cam? Let's go. What's going on, Antrax? I appreciate. As we look at Oscar Piastri, who was DNS'd, did not start. So the power delivery wasn't smooth. 3 red flags incoming potentially. Oh, he's right. Yeah. So the power delivery, whilst his right tire was on the curb. Yeah. Cold tires. He's on the outside, isn't it? All the power's coming all of a sudden and caught him out. Oscar's had a few not very smart crashes back. Stay off the painted stuff on cold tire. I know, Stephen. Yeah, you are correct. Jeez. It's a bit unnecessary, isn't it? Max negative 5 points on Fantasy League. True also. Guys, let me know you've got in your Fantasy League, and I hope you've joined the Cameron CC League. Oh my God, he's put his foot down, and there was nothing apparently. No, he's put his foot down, then his front right's on the curbs. It's like the curbs are always slippy as far as like the level of grip that you have on them. If you're doing like weird downshifty stuff and then all the power comes at the same time, then problems. Abbas, I'm all right, chap. I'm good. I'm out here. Sobrevivo, as they say in Spain. Start will look like K1 rental car. I know it's going to be all over the shop, isn't it? Cars encroaching upon Defender's gearbox is in record speed. Dennis F1, you're a legend. I appreciate you, mate. Go and get yourself over to the community tab. Therein, you will see a link to the Discord. where we continue the convo. Let me say this actually before we kick off. T-minus 26 minutes as we're about to embark upon a cheeky, yeah, it's a sad time that all the crowd here to see Oscar, and they might not even realise, unless they're listening, that Oscar Piastri's DNS. You won't get to see not even one lap of Oscar Piastri. It's at this point that you want to be oh gosh, Zach Brown getting more, but go away. This sad guy. What is the over-under number of DNFs in today's race? A good shout. I should. That's a poll, isn't it? Do we get? Go on then. 422 if you're watching concurrently. Do me a favour and smash the like, please. What are we doing here? Ten cars classified over or under. Wait, what happened to Oscar? Yeeted it on the way to the grid. How sad is that? And look at Alexander Volkanovski. Have a word with him, Martin Brundle. You don't realise that UFC's going on. Kimby Antonelli can have a word. Doesn't want to talk to you, Martin. Doesn't want to talk to you, mate. Martin Brundle having a look at the old... okay, so look at that. They don't have the rotary wings. Too heavy. But they've got the blown exhaust diffuser, haven't they? Doing some sexy things with the downforce around low minimum speed terms. Don't hate it. But I mean, it needs to be quicker than that. That's not the bottleneck. That's not the critical success factor. They need a bigger turbo so that they can hold some more maximal velocity at the end of these bloody straights. But this is an anomaly of a track. There won't be too many tracks this energy poor, a la, I don't know, a Monza. Do you know what I mean? Cam, donate 100 hard-earned Canadian dollars to the channel. If we can all zen for Max to let's go Sunseeker. Can you imagine? Never in your life should you bet up against Max Verstappen, even if he's starting in front of it. I mean, Brazil last year is. I think he'll go well. Chat Sunseeker. I think he'll go well. Antrax, what did you miss? You missed Oscar Piastri DNS in the barrier, getting a bit enthusiastic when he's front right. It reminds me a lot of his bloody. It reminds me. It's Brazil sprint last year, isn't it? I know that turn. It's going through turn 3. He put his front left, and okay, so it's wet, apples and oranges. But Oscar put his front left then on the curb marginally, just barely. But he put his front left on the curb in the wet turn 3, didn't he? Oscar. But then Lando had not long gone through the same turn and kicked up a little bit of water. But it's similar, not same, but similar. I think he's still down on soon to be 5-time pre-season bet. Your boy, I tell you what, your boy had a cheeky bet on George. I messed up, chat. I messed up. The bet that I wanted to place was George for the World Drivers' Championship before everybody realised how much sandbagging Mercedes had been doing. And instead, what did your boy do? I put it all on George to win the Australian Grand. No, never mind. Probably the same odds, and I don't want to stay in a bet like 12 months if I don't have to. Cash flow is king or something like that. Don't bet. Don't become a betting degenerate if you're not already. Do you know what I mean? So on the back of the odds coming in for George Russell, I just thought, you know what, anything can happen today. Let me just cash out. Couldn't be bothered. Arvid and Liam will be on the podium with Hajar at this tree. Olivia Panis, 1996. Do you know what I mean? To finish first, one must first finish. Is that Clarkson on the grid? No, it's not. Otmar Saf now, I think. This is like the lookalike championships. Want to apologise, Wayne, to absolutely nobody. Let's go, Wayne. Let's go. And thank you, mate, for the support and becoming a member. Let me say this up front and personal. There's Lewis's mum. Lewis's mum doesn't want to have a word. He's got it. Lewis's mum reminds me of my mum a little bit, like a manner. She doesn't want to be on camera, bless her, does she? What's the poll for? Overs and unders. Will there be more or less than 10 finishers this race? Lawrence Stroll. Go on, Lawrence. Let's have a word. Still watch F1 because of Max. A lot of people. My fantasy F1 team will be in Estate. Let's go. Who have you got, Max? Oh, I needed Hajar, didn't I? The best teams had Hajar and had Mercedes. What is Terry Crews doing here? Insane. Mertz on 5 for anything. Your prediction for Max Cam? The cars are on the grid. Bless you, Lawrence. Mercedes hasn't been sandbagging. They literally filled the trunk on the car. Well, Sunseeker, to that point, Mercedes said that they were running with like an extra 10 kilos worth of where you'll see the level of sandbagging is when they start to do the bloody the race sims, like the long run race is. Eddie. Oh, Eddie, how you doing? Oh, for crying out loud. He's a bit cringeworthy, is this Terry Crews. I used to love Terry when he was on Battle Dome. Terry Crews is a fan. It feels am I gatekeeping here, chat? It feels contrived when Terry Crews. I love it. I love the F1. The what? The F1. Just Nico, kind of late with the stream. Will Oscar? No, Oscar's DNS did not start. Again, yeeted it into the barrier on the way down to the formation, on the way down to the grid. Sorry. Anybody that says the F1, you've got to look at them with a skeptical hippo face, right? How many races have you watched, really? Nah, not me gatekeeping. Never bet against Maximilian, says Sir John. Never in your life. Toto dreams of a WDC for Kimi and Max joining Mercedes. That's an interest. That's the topic then. Which one of those? If Max wants to go to Mercedes, you bet your bottom dollar that Toto won't decline him. Do you know what I mean? 33 missed calls from Toto Wolff, Max. But who has to... I suspect we've got a 1996 Damon Hill situation incoming, you know? Gatekeeper carry the humanity. No, I can't gatekeep. That's do you know what I mean? It'd be ridiculous for me to be gatekeeping anything. T minus 18 minutes till we get ourselves a cheeky formation. Go for it, Cannabis. I was like, Brundle can't be right. Then Oscar, okay, possibly right. Hamilton. Checo Perez. Let's go. Love it from Checo. Let's see how we get on in the video race. Oscar had problems again. I don't know, Dustin. He just made a mistake. I love the F1. Curious about who's got the worst tyre deck. No, Lewis don't want to talk. Video game race. The formula is on Isaac's helmet. Do you know how embarrassing that is? Not to mention it's all right. Chill out, Easy G. Rubbing salt in wounds. Do you know what I mean? Resident Lando Norris fan. Naylander. Cameron Bro, who will bin it on the formation lap? Cadillac. So I think you got to look to like the younger bods, right? Arvid Lindblad is very young. Arvid Lindblad was born in the year when Lewis started. Can you imagine? 2007 Lewis started in F1. And Arvid Lindblad weren't even born. That is bonkers. You have a bod on the grid that wasn't born when Lewis started. 20 years deep now. Mario Kart and Steroids. I'm watching a race with sound down. Let's go. Adja. Pat Cummins, Aussie cricket captain. Super clipping is the most critty. It's bad, isn't it, end mate? It is bad. It's a bad situation here. Afternoon Cam, what's going on, Luke? The legend that is. Do me a favour. If you like the stream, then like the stream. I make no apology for labouring this point. This channel drives and survives no exist, if only because of you guys turning up and having the conversation, and that matters. That means more to me than you may or may not realise. Right, your boy needs to get some graphics out here, some proper ones. Let's do one of these. As we get ourselves a cheeky national anthem. Did you hear Hannah Schmidt saying that standing for the national anthem was almost like it's become, she's not superstitious, but every time they don't stand for the national anthem, Red Bull don't have a great race. They don't have a great race. Let me show you. I'm going to put this up on the screen whilst I do some things. Look at you boys' eyes. What's going on here? Apparently it's 3:46 in the morning. Let's get that. Right, let me do something. I'm going to get some metrics and you guys can look at this. Go well. Brooksy's so polite. I'm here, chat. I am here, I promise. I'm just sorting out some incident of the race. Do you know what I mean? Anthony Davidson saying that the drivers need to bake in some extra margin to make sure they stay out of the barrier. Touche, sir. Here we go. Just sorting out some metrics courtesy. Here we go. Right, let's go. Right, sorry, I should have talked you through this, right? So, context for the race. These are your pit stop strategies. Now, Ruth Buscombe says what you want to be looking at is medium to hard because it bakes in a little bit of flexibility as far as your strategies. There will be crashes, there will be virtual safety car and safety cars and potentially a cheeky red flag. Therefore, you want the flexibility at the start, and if there is a cheeky red flag, let's say, or a safety car, you want to be able to come in and put on your hard so you can do the long stint second. Strategy 2, potentially, I mean softs. Who's going to want to put on softs around here? I don't think anybody. It will be mediums and it will be hards. So I think you're looking at strategy 1. In the second instance, you guys need to see this. Where's me of a graphic? Boys all over the shop. Here's your pit stop, lass. Max Verstappen said it was the reason why I crashed is it's a confluence of several different things which are a bit complicated to explain on TV. Bless him. I feel like Max is being very patient there with Brooksy, more than usual, because ultimately you won't want to be talking about, imagine talking about a crash on your as you're walking down to the grid to start a race proper. So here's what you need to know. 67% chance of safety car, same number on virtual safety car, 17% chance of a cheeky red flag. Under green flag circumstance, get yourself 19.3 seconds or lose yourself, 19.3 seconds. Under virtual safety car, you gain yourself 5 seconds if you take a pit stop under those circumstances. It's going to get a bit techie, chat, I'm telling you. It is going to get a little bit techie. I'm here for it there. Go on then, let's go. Let's go. Don't mind me. Honestly, that Simon is so annoying. Simon's grown on me a little bit. I think he's the best of maybe a bad bunch alongside Martin Brundle. I mean, Martin, you can't put Martin Brundle in with those other muggles there. Could see some bad crashes. I hope not. I hope not. But it could get a bit. It could get a little bit techie. It could. It could get a little bit techie. You know, I've got half a mind to just remove this bloody the maps getting on my tits. Max will finish 9th. New making notes on now the chaos TWM. Wayne says Antrax more like his car is in another universe. George we're talking about here. The car's quick, but George isn't bad. Not a bad peddler. I tell you what we want to do with George. You got to separate the person from the sports personality. Look at him there. He just looks like a tool. It's hard to love George Russell. Do you know what I mean? But he's really good as a peddler. He's a really good driver. He takes his craft very seriously. It is about to get techie, Bobby J. Than techie things. And here he looks at every car he does. He's looking to take all the information. Is he download it? George cringe. Can put in on his hairband. It's not going to gain you any weight, is it, George? 10 grams. T minus 9 minutes to go. I'm here for it. Oh my gosh, nervous. These cars are over a race. Over a race are such an unknown. True, Sir John. There's going to be reliability issues. Rather George than Nando. Would you muggers? That's some indictment on Nando Norris, that. That's really 515 if you're watching concurrently. Do me a favour, smash the like. I appreciate each of every single one of you to the moon and back, though. It's bloody early in your morning and your boy's flagging already. T minus 9 minutes until Russell bins it. Let's ride this 18-1 bandwagon. I think it's 18-1 free climb. I think you've. Cam, when did you start watching F1? My first season proper. So early 90s I started watching. And my first season that I remember, like every race, or watching every race in 1994, the Damon Hill thing versus Schumacher was a different level of chaos. Absolutely different level. Just I'll never forgive Michael. I was watching Michael just now. There's a Netflix Japan have a clip where Michael, remember that time when Michael crashed into Senna, and Senna took Michael to the side and put an arm around him, and he said, if you fudge up, I let you know. I don't want to speak to you in front. I come to you and I talk to you, Senna said, trying to be genuine, all the while being very disingenuous. I'll talk to you. So that's when I remember. I started to play Micro Pros is Jeff Crammond's Grand Prix when Michael was in the yellow Benetton with the green stripes with Nelson Piquet. I wonder what the year that was. That must have been like maybe 91, 92. Yeah. There you go, BX Gunner, 91, 92. I started to play the game and that piqued my interest. 93, to be fair, I remember 93 bits of. It is boring, wasn't it? 92 and 93, so dominant with the Williams in the hands of Mansell and then Prost. T minus 9 minutes, indeed. T minus 7 minutes. Yeah, the 92, 93 seasons weren't the greatest. Mansell, there was a massive, like, I remember British bias kicking in. Yeah, let's get the VTs going. Let's go, Sky. Got enough budget to produce some decent VT bits and bobs. My dad bought Hondas because of Senna. I know. I've got a good friend who still buys only NSXs because of Senna. Sir John says, Sir Charles, who's your money on? I mean, how can it not be on a... Yeah, let's get that poll going, actually. It's a good shout. 622 if you're watching concurrently. Do me a favour, smash the like. I don't know about this GR script, says Zane. Techie. Just need the balls to be up. I mean, but yeah, the racing balls. All the Red Bulls. Mad Matt's going to finish top 5. It wouldn't be the first time that he scythed his way through the field. This VT is good, by the way. Bravo, Sky Sports F1, making some right moves. Got rid of Danica, tick. You know what I mean? Get rid of Jensen, tick. Give Nico Rosberg a check and a pen and tell him to write as many as it. I mean, this is good. This is really good from Sky. Yeah, we don't go to the drawing board to ask how fast we can go. Not this year. Did you get a random fan? Fair plays, John, for participating at least. Probably better than my team, your random selection. I too am nervous. That VT's good, isn't it? T minus 5 minutes. Goosebumps for that VT. Bravo, Sky. Credit and props where it is due. Oscar DNS for context. Start Max on hard or no? Do you start Max on no? I'd start him on mediums because he'll want to overtake some of these bots early, right? And he'll need to hook up a start. Maybe you start Max on soft. Do you start Max on softs? Huh. No, not softs. That's too much. Alonso started on softs there. Look at that. Speaking of tyre selection. 700 if you're watching concurrently, do me a favour, smash the like. So on mediums you have, well, go on, it's probably better to do the bods who aren't starting on mediums. Hulkenberg, everybody's starting on mediums except for OJP, DNS. Again, took too much curb whilst doing a cheeky downshift. Unlucky, man. Flipping Nora OJP. So unlucky. So go on then, you've got yourself all on mediums apart from Hulkenberg, Colapinto on hards, Fernando Alonso on softs. That's techie. That's techie. I suppose because he's not going to go long, are they? Aston Martin probably got 25 laps in their max. Perez on mediums. Carlos Sainz also on softs. Lance Stroll on mediums. Go on then. Your context, Crofty. Is OJP washed? I doubt it, Neil. He's got a cheeky mistake in him. I don't know. He's got to filtrate out for these mistakes as soon as is possible. 58 laps worth of Albert Park, 5.2 kilometres round here, 3.3 miles, 2.45 metres elevation. First winner in 96 was Damon Hill. Michael Schumacher has your most wins. 2025 winner was, of course, Lando Norris, notwithstanding a rain-strewn Grand Prix. Cameron CC. Sorry, why is Hulk in the pits? I don't know, mate. I don't know. Maybe they broke curfew. I'm not sure. Unfortunately, Sky didn't sack Crofty, and no, Crofty's not been. I mean, he hasn't had a great first outing this year, has he? I feel like it's only a matter of time till they sub in Alex Jakes. But F1 TV aren't having that, are they? Nothing like smoking on cool lemon ice vape. I don't hate it, Wayne. I don't hate it. I've never been a vape Donny though. Apple TV have the rights in the US, but looks like we've lost Sky Sports commentary and pundits as a result. Account at NYC. I've heard good things from a good friend about, one of my best friends to be fair, about Apple TV. That the interface and the UX isn't bad. 714 of you watching concurrently. Do me a favour. Anybody else having issues with Apple TV? I hope not. Nico Hulkenberg currently in the garage. Why? Crofty, give us the context, mate. Stop. Got to start adding some value. You hear that from Crofty? Lewis Hamilton, on average, 7th best qualifier last season. Mid-pack, these Lava, far too kind. Why are they showing us like mobile phone pictures from the bloody... What are we doing? Countdown a lot, 100%. So to Z's point, the legend that is Johnny. I will count down. We can sync on the lights. So I'll go 1 red light, 2 red lights, 3 red lights, 4, 5, and then lights out. So we'll sync on. We can sync on those if indeed you are that way inclined. Many of you I know like to be sadists and just watch it in real time so that I'm a little bit behind and you can see me when I react and lose my mind and all of my hair, or the very little hair that I have left. Apple TV is great 4K. The only thing, the multi-screen is not available. Soon it will be the bloody Apple Vision, right? Have you seen those pictures? Chaos. Has Toto got too much power over the FIA? It's an interesting question, Neil. I don't think so. I think he's quite good at managing that or has been quite good at managing that relationship. Matt Hughes should have looked into how Crofty talks waffle for so long. On the next page of Motorsport. Don't know what you're referring to, Freakler. You get F1 TV with Apple TV for more TV. So go on then. I neglect to mention all of the graphics that you see on your screen. Bernie Collins. No, Bernie Collins for non-UK residents. It might be a bit, for even UK residents, it might be a bit difficult. I wonder whether Bernie Collins is worth. Just bring on, sub out Bernie, bless her. And surely get Ruth Buscombe in. Better. Do you know what I mean? Oh, look at this. Techie starts. Charles Leclerc makes it off. Get moving, Lewis. Oh no, look at this. Lewis makes it. Lawson gets off. It's going to be tech. The start is going to be chaos, isn't it, chat? Shoot. I do not like this. Can't stand Crofty, says Bobby J. Plus the FIO Toto after 21. TWM, some say. Because he didn't protest, did he? I mean, that's the cost of doing corporate bellwether business. If you're Mercedes, then sometimes you got to shut your mouth, right? For the good of all party concerned, be the bigger person. That's the gift and the curse of Toto. They can't move like a Red Bull. Charles is going to block Lewis and crash him out. I don't know about that. I mean, stranger things have happened there. 857 of you watching concurrently, do me a favour and smash the like. There is a QR code at the top right if you want to become an elated pebbler. We will sync on the final red light. Previous winners 25. You've got Norris, Sainz in 24, Verstappen in 23. Oh, the humanity. Nerves, chat. Nerves. I am a bag of nerves. It's too much. There are too many variables. The new cars, the derating, the clipping, the CFA clipping, the bloody Max coming through the pack, and bloody, it's too much. Too much. Jomo, legend, mate. It is a privilege. It is a privilege. This community that you guys are building, I'm telling you. Are we already lining up? That was quick. It is only an 80-second track, of course, but that was very quick. Nervous as fudge, chat. $20 on Max since you won't, Cam. I've already cashed out my bets for the Australian Grand Prix. Your boy got out of... I had George to put it on pole, and I had George for the win. And because the odds have dropped so much, go on then, let's get some eyes. 1,000 of you watching concurrently. .280 meters, says Crofty, into the first braking zone. Oh, the humanity. Nervous wreck I am. This is chaos. As the Aston Martin's round third. Bloody Nora, chat. Go on and all eyes on the lights, chat. We are seconds away from the first race, round 1. 2026, the Australian Grand Prix at Albert Park. We're going to have some lights out in a minute, if indeed you want to sync. I'm a little bit behind, EasyG. Green flag. We are. Oh my God, it's kicking off. 1 red light, 2 reds, 3 reds, 4 reds, 5 red lights out. That was quick. Bloody Nora, George was all over the shop. Let's go, Isaac Hadjar on the inside. Oh my gosh, Charles Leclerc nobbled George. Oh my gosh. We have ourselves a race. Let's go. Charles Leclerc in the nimble turbo. It's going to get chaotic here. I mean, accident incoming, eh? They've all done well to keep their noses clean. Look at that. Charles Leclerc, the biggest winner, up 3 places. Lewis Hamilton up 2. Arvid Lindblad up 5 places into 4th. Currently, your runners and riders look like Charles Leclerc leading from George Russell, Isaac Hadjar, Lindblad. Lewis Hamilton rounds out your top 5. How have they all? There we go. Look at that. Lindblad nobbles Hadjar. What is going on? Yeah, it's the dexterity of the brand new turbo, eh? That Ferrari turbo. Not bad. 2026 champion Charles Leclerc, eh? I wouldn't be so sure about that. Not yet. Because when they start to bloody derate and super clip or whatever. Look at this. Lewis Hamilton round the outside. It's all racy here. Look at this. Yeah, this doesn't look bad. This doesn't look bad off on the first lap. Long live this rule and regs set. Look at this. They're all it's all chaos, isn't it? There's too many variables and too much charging and what? Yeah, chaos, Sir John. Lots of overtakes. Don't hate that. 1100 if you're watching concurrently. Do me a favour if you like this shit. Look at George Russell just honing in nicely on Leclerc. Yeah, that's problems. That is for Charles. It looks like this is chaos. This is chaos. Look all of the bad talk. Do you know what I mean? Look at me talking out of both sides of my mouth now. Oh, these rules will never work. Look at this. Got overtaken all of a sudden. That was a chaos first lap, the likes of which I can't recall. Let's see how we go when they settle down. 57 laps remaining, 1 in the books. Fernando all the way up to 10th, but he is on the soft compound tyres, isn't he? Max is up. Where is Max? 16th. Oh, there we go. 15th from Max Verstappen. Go on, look at George honing in on Charles. Maybe this is the gift and curse of these rules. That there's just going to be lots of overtaking because of the derating, eh? They're all over the shop, aren't they? Look at this. So go on, runners and riders. I don't hate it, chat. This isn't been bad. The FIA geniuses. Oof, look at that. Bloody Nora. George just nobbled Charles Leclerc, eh? Holy smoke. No. Go on then, Charles. Have a go, mate. With more battery. Lewis Hamilton up to 3rd. Huh? Care? What's going on here? What is going on? We are checking. Up 4 places. Therefore, Lewis Hamilton is your biggest winner here. Look at that. Alonso up 7 places to 10th. Carlos Sainz up 7 places to 14th. They're your biggest winners off the line, eh? In addition to Sir Lewis, goes purple on a 124.626, now bearing down on the gearbox of Charles Leclerc. Oh, the chat. Are you not entertained for real? For real? My name is Maximus Decidius Meridius. You know what I mean? Commander of the Felix Legions. Loyal to the one true Emperor, Marcus Aurelius. What is going on here, chat? The rules have come alive. Charles Leclerc nobbles George Russell back. What are we doing? This is nuts. Unbelievable start. I can't believe what's going on here. Oh my gosh. Charles Leclerc around the outside into turn 9, turn 10. What are we doing? This is chaos, chat. Oh my gosh. George is going to have another. Look at George going to have another. Okay. All right. I get it now. Go on, Charles, says Joe. Wow. Wow, this is nuts. Makes it space. This is nuts. So I think we're going to get too much overtaking, says Miami. So that doesn't mean much, but I mean, I don't hate it, chat, at the moment. Doesn't work in quali, but these rules currently look fantastic as far as racing. If you're invested in Overtake PLC, then bring it on. Currently, Charles Leclerc tops your... It has the market. Look at this. Okay, here we go. So as George and Leclerc are squabbling, they're playing Lewis Hamilton into the crease. Look at this. Lewis Hamilton, look at that. Lewis has come right into this now. Who's got Scuderia Ferrari in their... I mean, bloody no. This is chaos, chat. This is chaos. I'm keen to see. So the exam question is this for me. It is not bad, is it? and tracks. I don't hate it. The question for me is this: you know that George has the quickest car, right? How able is George to translate that 0.5 seconds worth of pace into nobbling Charles and pulling away from him? That's potentially where these rules and regs are going to come into their own right. Max is indeed flying, already up into 13th. Don't hate this, chat. I think we're going to have to reappraise for these rules and regs after this rate. This is chaos. And Ferrari been sandbagging. Ferrari don't know how to sandbag muggers. The only type of sandbagging that Ferrari do is reverse sandbagging, showing their hand a little bit too early per George Russell. We have. Wow. Yeah, this is techie. Here we go. There's Kimi Antonelli getting something done on Lindblad. Don't hate that. Where were these Audi bods for my fantasy football team? Hulkenberg retired. What? What is going on? This is chaos. Hajar's going to play himself into the crease soon, isn't he? Currently, your top fives looks like Charles Leclerc, 0.8 of a second down the road from George Russell, of Kingsley, Norfolk. Sir Lewis, another 1.3. Okay, so we're settling down now. It's not bad, is it, TWM? I don't hate it, mate. If we've got smiles on our faces, then not too bad. Well, let's see how we go now. What we don't need is a bloody DRS train for the rest of the race. You know what I mean? 54 laps. I think there will be opportunities, though. There will be ups. 14 seconds adrift is Max Verstappen of the race lead, Charles Leclerc. 5 laps in the books. 54 remaining. Audi for you, no power. This is true. Let's have a look at the replay of the start. Huh. Chaos. Bloody Nora, the Ferrari is a monster. Look at that. The Ferrari boys coming close to each other, right? Nearly. Lewis would have. Oh my gosh, Lewis went wide. Yeah, Lewis went wide and had to jump out of it. It would have been infinitely higher. And oh, look at that! And everybody started to come back. What is going on? The way that they're braking is bonkers. These cars are like staccato GP. Lewis starting to whisper those tyres. True also. True also. Having a look at Charles Leclerc's start. That start is bonkers. Look at that. Antonelli poor off the start. George didn't do too badly though. I think George just about probably extracted the best start out of that Mercedes that was possible, I think. Go on then, Antonelli 4 seconds adrift of Lewis in third place. The final podium's there. Bloody Nora. Chaos. Chaos. I need you all to start preparing your Ferrari apology forms. Can you spell recency bias now? Bloody Nora. Charles Leclerc defending George. I feel like we've sacrificed everything pure for just chaos at overtaking, right? It feels like touring car or something. They're just switching around. Let's see how this plays out. Jeez, he's gone up the road, Bobby J says. Go on then, Max Verstappen already into 11th. Only 14 seconds down the road from the leaders. This is going to be interesting. If they keep squabbling, so what you've got to realise now, back in the karting days, they would do a peloton thing now and try and collectively stop fighting and try and build a gap to the third place guy. But so long as they're fighting, you're bringing the likes of Max and bloody Lando all into play. That was very dangerous from Charles, says George. This is insane in the membrane, says Bobby J. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. I'll tell you what, go on. We need to talk about the snitch at some point. There was a briefing on Friday at which all the drivers were, and somebody leaked bits and bobs to the media. I wonder who it could be. I wonder who that might be. In bed of Max Verstappen. Now honing in on Ollie Behrman. Oof. Look at Lawson. Lawson lost the most. Lawson's been struggling on starts, hasn't he? He has been struggling on starts this. I wouldn't mind. You want me to be honest? I wouldn't mind a cheeky Charles Leclerc win here. I wouldn't mind it. I'm rooting for the day. I'm going to be a Charles Leclerc fan. I'm rooting massively, especially since I cast out of my George Russell bets. I wouldn't mind that at all. as George Russell takes the lead of the race. Come on, Charles Leclerc, get moving, chap. Do you know what I mean? Problem is for him, bloody no, look at... Oh, it's weird the way they do. The overtakes are like, they happen in stages, don't they? Come on, Lewis, says Bobby Joe. Shaw going around the outside. Look at that. Oh my gosh. We don't hate this, chat. This isn't fatty though. I don't hate it. Just swapping 5 lead slots. I can hear Mr. Windsor, friend of the channel, in my ear saying, "What is this?" says Shogun. Go on then, chat. What's going on? What's going on? High speed chess of material consequence, says Crofty. I want to ask you guys this. 73% of you say we're going to get more than 10 finishers. I want to know. George Russell, big lock up, nearly goes wide. Look at Lewis Hamilton playing Lewis Hamilton into here. What? Oh my gosh. Lewis Hamilton goes George. Maxing the points. Not by the second lap. It's just chaos. This is mad, chat. What in touring car are we watching here? I'm conscious that you boys I'm glitching out, aren't I here? I need to know from you guys whether you respect this. I need you to tell me whether you guys are buying or selling these rules now. Buying if you like the racing that you're seeing, selling if you feel like the overtakes are not of consequence. I'm not sure, chat. I think the jury's still out here. Am I glitching, chat, again? Fudging Nora, that's so frustrating. Max Verstappen up to 10th, don't hate it. Sorry, chat, I'm just doing some housekeeping in the background. I'm wary that I'm out here stuttering. Crofty's loving this, isn't he? He's trying to hype it. But I'm not sure if I'm buying what he's selling. I'll be honest with you guys. This is interesting, chat. I don't know how I feel. It feels like the overtakes, whilst we're getting them, I'm not sure. Oh no, Isaac. Shoot. Cursed. Oh no, Isaac. No. Okay, VSC. Not quite half, mate. What's Crofty talking about? You don't half your deficit, chap. This is what we're looking at, chap. What's 19.3 would be 14 point something. What are you talking about, mate? Everybody coming in, don't hate it. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay, here's hoping. There we go. There we go. A little less glitchy now. Thankfully. Here we go. Everybody stopping taking advantage of a cheeky discounted virtual safety car. It would have been 19 seconds that would have lost under a normal safety car. A green flag pit stop. Now you'll save yourself 5 seconds, not half David Croft. Correction. Do you know what I mean? 12 laps in the books. 4 to 6 remaining, therefore everybody taking advantage of a tiki. Let me see. I'm keen to see what you guys, how you guys like this. 51 we split clean down the middle. Look at that. 52% of you are selling, 48% of you happy with them. I don't know where I sit on this fence, you know, I'll be honest with you. 1200 of you watching concurrently, do me a favor and smash the like, please. Isaac Hajar gone. What are we doing here? How sad is that? So sad that your boy's out here tearing up. Or maybe that's because it's 4:20 in the morning. 4:21. Oh wow, battery and bloody gearbox. Bow 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 bow. Bow 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 bow. Am I still glitching out? What is going on there? Insane chat. Okay. Scuderia Ferrari stop out. That's interesting. Are they expecting? So what are they looking at? I don't think they've done the right thing, Bernie. This is McLaren last year. Do you remember? Qatar, was it Qatar? What was the race when McLaren stayed out last year? I don't know why Scuderia Ferrari. I'm letting sure so far. Max can win. Yeah, you wouldn't put it past him, mate. Almost 50% buying. Are half of us mental? This is nonsense, says Luke. I don't know how to. Oh my gosh, Lewis telling them that at least one of us should have come in. Oh no. Ferrari stays out. Were they not watching McLaren last year? Do you remember? Oh, but that was a little bit different because that was a mandated 2-stop. It was Qatar, wasn't it? Since you had to 2-stop last year at Qatar, it made sense to take advantage of a cheeky discounted safety car pit stop. It only made sense, but still, oh my gosh, Max Verstappen is already in 6th position. Max Verstappen in 6th, 22 seconds behind the race lead. Virtual safety car deployed. What Max could have done with it is an actual safety car, right? That would have helped him more. I wonder why they did virtual safety car as opposed to safety. Another safety car. Yeah, they're bargaining another. You are right. Qatar 25. Good memory. Very good memory. Huh. Due diligence settings peddlers. Smahoosh the like, says 5 for you, a legend. 5 for I appreciate you. Ferrari normal operations. Peter D. Winter won't be in. No, he will not leak. He absolutely will not. Urgent Ferrari needs strategy. I don't know. If they get another I don't know, chat. Another Ferrari masterclass. By masterclass, of course, you mean disaster class, eh? Am I still glitching out here? I'm so keen. I am a little bit glitchy, aren't I? For crying out loud. How does that even... Unbelievable. I'm watching this because I can't stand the announcers on Apple TV. Oh no, more safety cars to come. So they're only looking to do one. But surely you use that. I don't see why... I don't know. Chill out, Crofty. It's been alright, man. It's been intriguing. But stop hyping the thing. Stop padding your own book. Getting high off your own supply. Crofty, chill out, fella. The F1 gods are not in their favour. Ferrari, we are checking clown show as ever. Angel, can we all take a moment and give it up for Max, who started at the back and is already up to where? Already up to where? 6th. Oh, here we go. Fernando Alonso, the plan. 15 laps. Bloody Nora. Only 15 laps from Alonso. Look at that. And he was doing all right, wasn't he? He was having some fun there, was Alonso. No, Cam, says Sir John. Oh, the humanity. No glitch is good. I appreciate you. On my screen, I'm doing like this weird... But I appreciate you guys letting me know. 1 out of 1 opportunities missed for Ferrari, and it won't be the last, Neil, if past his prologue. They do like to miss a cheeky... they do like to look a gift horse in the mouth, don't they? Lando Norris, look at this. Oof. Let's go, man. Lando Norris on a cheeky Cadillac. Your runners and riders. 15 laps in the books. 44 remaining. Currently, you have Charles Leclerc in the lead, not having pitted. Lewis Hamilton to, I think, advantage George now. I'll be honest with you guys. 11 seconds down the road, having pitted. So what are they going to do here? I think they're going to need for Lewis Hamilton to do Charles Leclerc a favour here. But why not just pit? Why not pit them, Scuderia Ferrari? This is nonsense. Did you not learn? Lucy's not letting that go. Lucy tends... Yeah, it's true. Lucy's not loving it. We are focusing on plan A. So go on and let's have a gander. I'm keen. I need to see this, chat. So George, to be fair to Ferrari, George Russell did stop on lap 12. Huh. So George Russell stopped on lap 12. We're going to have to work this out, chat, in real time. George Russell stopped on lap 12. Huh. Lap 12. They'll be all right. Oh, no, maybe it is a bit soon. No, but the problem is you can't look at... I don't know. I think they might have botched this, chat. I'll be honest with you. Never look a gift horse in the mouth. I don't think. No, I think they've made a mistake here. I think. Excuse me. Chill out, Crofty. Chill out. It's a bit... Crofty's a bit transparent in how much he's trying to hype this now. Norris looking like trash. Oh dear. 1 minute 20. I know it's quite slow, but... Okay, so here's... Dr. Doug, I appreciate you, mate, becoming a brand new member. If you want to become a member and support the channel, then top right. Your boy's struggling over here. I need to get some water. Get yourself over to community tab and join the Discord as your boy starts choking. So Ferrari will need to one stop now. They've forced their hand, right? They're going to have to hope for another cheeky virtual safety car. If, go on then, here's the thing. If Ferrari get the safety car that they're looking for or a red flag, then they're going to look like geniuses, right? Because they'll be able to one stop and then it'll be Gucci. Only 345. I know, let's go, Jomo. I appreciate you, mate. Can we get 2? We've got to target some of these lights here. I think we must be able to get to 500 likes. I appreciate you each and every single time. Because again, this is the community that we're building. 400. Why is my bloody screen so glitchy? It's upsetting me that Sky coverage doesn't even show lap times. Oh yeah, no, it's true. It's just intervals. Although we've got, look at that state of charge. Don't hate that. I don't hate that. Okay, go on then. We're getting tech here. Okay, so this is good. We're seeing Max Verstappen as versus Arvid. Just get out of the way, Arvid, surely. Racing Bulls, child member team. Do you not see what's going on here? Where's Lauren Meckies when you need him? Just Mike, I appreciate you, mate. Leclerc beat Russell like you beat Max in rate, potentially. It's a good shout, 2022. He looked ridiculous, didn't he, for a while there? Like a proper world beater. Did modern day journalism. Lawson and Perez back at it again. Give the thumbs up. Sebastian, you're a legend. I appreciate you, mate. Safety car confirmed. Oh, here we go. Yellow flag. Oh my gosh. Ferrari might be onto. Oh my gosh. Virtual safety car. Ferrari onto something here. Valtteri, come on, chap. What are you doing? Ferrari onto something here, chat. Unless George, from lap 12, can George one stop? Let me flash this up again. This is important now, chat, as we try and work this out in real time. No, you can't. You can't. Although George might be able to hang it out, right? From lap 12. So he's got to complete, what's that, 48 laps? No, Cameron. 46 laps. Techie, chat. Not the last safety car, virtual safety car race trim. So go on then, Ferrari. Over to you. Is that Arvid Lindblad holding up Max Verstappen? Get out the way, chap. Max Verstappen will not be happy. Just hold him. Hold him. Let's go, Max Verstappen. Oh no! Fudge! Arvid Lindblad, get out the way, chap. Come on, I can't watch anything F1 related unless you're going. I appreciate you saying that, Davey. Get out the way, Arvid Lindblad. What are you doing? Yeah, he's gonna have a word afterwards, isn't he? This is gonna be Michael Schumacher and Mika Hakkinen, or Michael Schumacher and David Coulthard way back in the day. Virtual safety car conditions ensue. So what are Ferrari doing there? What? Ferrari didn't even pit? Yes. It's stupid. What are they doing? Arvid is going to be in trouble, Sir John. Max is going to be looking for him like Michael looking for DC at Spa all those years ago. 98, 90 is it? Oh my God, pit lane entry now closed. What's the point? What is the point, chat? For what? They need another safety car. What is unbelievable? Antra, you just can't. I don't know. Anyone else having issues opening F1 TV? We are checking, of course. Ferrari strategy incoming. Gold super chat. No, Sir Charles, you're a legend as always, mate. I appreciate you, chat. Big Charles Edwards sponsored giveaway coming soon. Promising it's going to be techie. One of you will be going to a Grand Prix. Oh my gosh, VSC ended. And Charles Leclerc. So go on then now. Looking at Davey, you're a legend, mate. I appreciate you. So go on, this is... Get out the way, chap. What are you doing? Arvid Lindblad is ballsy, eh? He's going to... But... If that... Can you imagine they crash here? Bloody Nora. Arvid Lindblad. Can you say Eddie Irvine on Michael Schumacher? Get out the way, fella. He doesn't care, does he? He's not. He doesn't give a fudge. If they come together, though, Arvid Lindblad is going to have to skip the country, mate. Max Verstappen will be on the radio soon. Watch this. Lindblad is him. Remember, Lindblad looked Lando Norris in his face and he said, listen, I want you to remember me because I'll be there in 5 years. There we go. Why did you go to that angle, producer? So stupid. Never cut the angle mid overtake. Absolute jokers. Just to get some picturesque view. Shut up, producer. You're getting on my nerves. Matt's just passed him. He weren't having it, was he? So go on then. Matt's up to 6th. 32 seconds adrift. Look at that. Lewis Hamilton, my title. Yeah. Lewis says my tyres are still okay. Do not box me the same time. There is no double stats going on here. Matt's 5.6 seconds behind Lando. Go on then, your runners and riders. With T minus 38 laps left on the docket. Scuderia Ferrari have looked a strategic gift horse in the mouth twice. 2 virtual safety cars. No pit stops. Why? Why? And maybe they're looking to just one stop. Okay. So if they're looking to one stop, then maybe they're all right. Gasly on Ocon. Contact, yeah. So go on, maybe they're all right. Maybe this is all right from Ferrari. If they're just going to one stop it, let me pull up the bloody this graphic's important here. Maybe they're just looking to one stop it, right? What does that say? They're looking go 20. Yeah, maybe they're just going to one stop it. One stop it, put on a set of hards, good to go. Huh. I think their problem is, I think the problem is that George might one stop as well and just manage it from the front. That's what they've missed out here, Scuderia Ferrari. Because remember, sorry, I'm just still on here, just looking at this. So George looks like he might have just done strategy 2 right. Pits on lap 12 and runs the hards for the remainder of the race. I can't even work out the maths. Pit lane was closed, but it weren't closed the first time round. Yeah, race trim. I think that's what George might just one stop. Pits on lap 12. Let me just double check these. These are important. He pits on lap 12. Pits on lap 12. Can you do 46 laps on them there hard tyre? I think he can do 46 laps, chat. Do you take sugar? All day, every day. All day. I shouldn't, though. I shouldn't. So go on then. Here's the problem that Scuderia Ferrari have. They're assuming that, listen, anytime there's a virtual safety car, you gotta. Didn't they watch McLaren last year? What are you doing? This is nonsense. This is our year, the year of the horse. Pit one of them, like Lewis says, at least one of them. If Charles Leclerc don't want it, then pit Lewis. But again, maybe this is them tripping over themselves and hierarchy, 1100 of you watching concurrently, do me a favour and smash the like. We have ourselves a race on our hands and some strategic divergence. Who have you got? That's what we need to get going. We have not forgotten that Lewis is the master of racing old tyres, tyre whisperer settings though. 53% of you are selling the rules. Interesting. Interesting. We split down the middle, right down the middle. Let me end this one. There's another thing that I wanted to. I'm interested to see who you've got winning this race. This all depends on, the answer to this poll depends on interesting, chat. This is interesting. What are you using to run the analysis, you nerd? You love it. I do love it. I do love it. H the wood. This is half of the excitement as Kimi Antonelli goes purple on a 22.6 rounded. So here's the problem. Scuderia Ferrari look like geniuses here. Max is it in the poll. This is true. I'm a numpty T racer. I'm a numpty. I should have put own. I've only done 3. Go on then. I've got to redo that. Bloody Nora, the life and times of an F1 content creator. Do you know what I mean? My work is never done. Let's do that one again. How dare I not include one Maximilian Verstappen? So now your hands are going to be forced, Ferrari, by the fact that Lewis needs to pit, you jokers. And now you're going to wish that you'd have took the flipping discounted pit stop. They're struggling. Fire Vasseur immediately. 5 races or less for Frederick Vasseur to bloody turn this around. This is unacceptable. Chat, I'm telling you, do I not like this? Insanity, chat. Oh my gosh, Pierre. That was a bit clumsy, Pierre. Is it bumper cars? What are we doing? But again, they don't like each other, right? Former teammates, to be fair. To be fair and to be clear. 2 minus 34 laps remaining. Don't hate this. I don't hate little Leclerc's being told to box. 5 seconds you just gave away. Lest we forget, 19 seconds is how much you cede to the other drivers out on track. Doing a green flag pit stop, you gain yourself 5 seconds. If you do a virtual safety car, they're just jokers, aren't they? Just destroyed Charles Leclerc's race here. It's just, I just don't know. Of course, on the assumption that George Russell is one stopping. Insane. Ted Kravitz just says what I'm saying. Not 10 seconds, it's 5 seconds, mate, but still. Stupid. Unbelievable. Alonso's gone back out. Yeah, they've fitted him with a brand new battery. And Gonzo, Lewis Hamilton currently leads the race with T-minus 33 laps remaining. George Russell second, 1.6 seconds adrift. Antonelli in third, 9.8 seconds adrift of your lead. Charles Leclerc in fourth now, having just pitted for a brand new set of white labelled hard compound tyres. Norris from Verstappen in sixth. Lindblad, Behrman, Bortoletto, Pierre Gasly. There will be some conversation surely between Arvid Lindblad and Max Verstappen in the parent member team shortly hereafter. You might be loving it. Ferrari have messed this up, chat. Insane levels of incompetence. Be bound by whenever the virtual safety car is, you've got to be malleable, right? It's not the strongest of the species that survives Ferrari. It is the ones most adaptable to change. They're so scared of making mistakes. I just think it's nonsense. What happens though, Ferrari, if George makes another pit stop under virtual safety? I don't know. I think maybe they'll be all right. Maybe Scuderia Ferrari know better than me, and I'll be forced to eat my words. Maybe, and perhaps, I don't know. They chat. Tyre offset at the end potentially. I don't know. I feel sad, chat. I feel really sad. I feel like Scuderia Ferrari have done their seized defeat from the jaws of victory fingers. They always bloody do. Do you know what I mean? Runners and riders, Lewis Hamilton leads, having not pitted, up 6 places from his start position, P7. His average start position in 2025. He leads from George Russell of Kings Lynn, Norfolk. Well, look at George just zooming down on his gearbox here. Bloody Nora. Problems. In comes George Russell. Cue the Jaws music, eh? It's a bit techie, that. Antonelli sits in third. The Mercedes bods are the meat in a Scuderia Ferrari sandwich. Go on then, Lewis. You're going to have to do something a bit special here. This is what Pablo Elisaldo of Motorsport magazine said that Lewis is going to need to start doing. Remind the Scuderia Ferrari bods, the Tifosi, his engineers, the watching world of who he is, of who Lewis Hamilton can be and was back in 2018. He's got to do something here. He's got to try his best to hold off his old friend, King George Russell. The gap currently sits at 0.1. It feels inevitable, right? George Russell, there he goes. He's nailed it. Oh, Lewis, Ferrari. Lewis is gonna spit flames in the presser afterwards. I don't know. You can just hear Lewis already. I don't know why. I don't know why they didn't pit me. bad Lewis Hamilton accent. I don't know why. I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know what they were thinking. It's going to be like, I don't know why didn't they pit me? I don't know why they didn't pit me. 1200 if you're watching concurrently, do me a favour. If you like the stream, then like the stream. Don't forget to subscribe. Elated Peddlers can join the channel. Top right of your screen, a cheeky QR code. Oh, here we go. Lewis is coming now for a non-virtual safety car pit stop. Loses another 5 seconds, of course. Sad times. I know, Matt's complaining of tyres. 9 laps on them, they're mediums. 28 seconds behind the race lead is one Maximilian Verstappen. Problems. Oh, there we go. Houston, we have a problem. George says the one stop is viable. For God's sake. There it is. I told you. I knew it. Scuderia Ferrari, season defeat from the jaws of victory since 1950. What is the point? When there's a virtual safety car, you come in. This is nothing long. Absolutely nothing long. Unbelievable. Whatever, man. T-minus 29 laps. Ferrari seizing this defeat from the jaws of victory, as they always tend to do. Do you know what I mean these days? Upsetting. Absolutely upsetting. What are we doing here? No. 46 laps, chap. He pitted on Crofty. Get it right, chap. He pitted on lap 12. 58 minus 12. 46. Come on, Crofty. Dial your way into this game. Do you know what I mean? Are you... What are we doing here? Basic maths. Big Shaq. But. What I mean... Absolutely. It's so stupid. Oh, one must laugh before we all start crying. 1200 if you're watching concurrently, do me a favour and smash the like. George Russell has the whip hand because his team is smart and pitted him under virtual safety car circumstance. Leclerc had the lead previous, so too Lewis Hamilton, but they decided they were going to leave them out. I think George Russell's going to make... Remember, 19 seconds. So if George Russell pitted now, he would come out ahead of Lewis Hamilton. He just needs another 5 seconds down the road. What you can't afford to get... You know what? Let me just stop. What you can't afford to give George Russell, because he has the fastest car to the tune of 0.6 of a second, is clean air, surely. Am I speaking out of turn here, chat? Am I going scorched earth too quickly? If I'm Scuderia Ferrari, of course there's a virtual safety car. I suppose, well, maybe. I just don't get it. I don't understand it, chat. I've lost the will to live with Scuderia Ferrari. They're just nonsense merchants. Always. I just don't understand what they are doing. It's so annoying. Rubbish all the bloody time as far as their decisions. And fair play, Lewis, for going. So he's going to go scorched earth. Of course he is. And as well you might. You've got to make good low-level decisions. You've got to. If you are in F1, a story told intense, then you've got to make good decisions, right? Because your success will be a function of how many good decisions you make versus bad over the course of a 24 or 22 race season. What are we doing here? Forgive me for going scorched earth, but I've had enough now. Stupid. That's ridiculous, mate. Unbelievable. Max has done all right here. Common sense is not too common. Unbelievable. F1 that like button for you, boy Camp. You're a legend, Johnny. I appreciate you, mate. Drop a like for the watch along. How's Lewis doing? Asking for a friend. Mr. V says third currently. Don't hate it. Or fourth, excuse me. Matt's not making hay on Lando. He is 3 seconds away from Lando. Little nobble Lando. You'll see some a bit of magic from Max Verstappen. Fudge. Insane. Disappointed. Go on then, let's have a look at some Max. It feels windy. A firm. Okay, so go on then. 15.1 kilometers per hour coming in from the southeast. That is techie. Track temperature and ambient temperatures 37.6 and 25.3 degrees Celsius respectively. Oof. Oh, the humanity. The time is 10 minutes to 5. We have T minus 27 laps left on the docket. That is why Italian economy is crashing. I wouldn't. I hate Steve Wood. I wouldn't get lest we wish to be accused of typecasting and stereotyping. Do you know what I mean? Both Lewis and Shaw. Go away, Crofty, with your propaganda. They were going all right, weren't they, Afro? They weren't doing too bad, the Scuderia Ferrari drivers, and now they've been kiboshed by the inevitable strategic faux pas from the red team with the yellow badge and the black prancing course on top. What are we doing? Gary Barlow. Disagree. Let's have a look at this stage. Why are we looking at Gary Barlow? Let's put up the tweets. Kimmy, we're going to get one stop. Flipping. That's going to be brave, says Antonelli. They're going to go to the end. Track position is key, eh? So go on then. Lewis is going to have to make up 21 seconds on the lead. Charles Leclerc only 13 though. And he's got himself a tyre offset, hasn't he? So Charles has got himself a 13. So Charles has got himself a 13 lap offset. Lando says he can't do it. There's your champion, do you know what I mean? He's not your champion. I like this state of charge. They need to put this every time you've got Max on every time you've got two bods about to overtake each other, they need to put this back. They need to put this they need to put this this metric is important. When you see an overtaking thing going on, they need to put it. I don't think you need it on every single driver all the time. But when there's when Max is about to challenge for Lando, you need to see that he's got. Look at that. So Max has battery charge in hand. So Lando Norris is potentially going to be in trouble there. Max has used a load going into turn 1, but he's still got some in hand as Lando. Yeah, this is interesting. But your eyes spend probably to virtual safety car chat. Virtual safety car. Who's going to come in then? Bortoleto come straight in. Does George come in? Okay, look at this. George can afford to come in, for fud's sake. George can afford to come in because the pit stop will take him 14 seconds and he'd come out ahead of Charles Leclerc, for Pete's sake. Checkmate in 4 moves, chat. Checkmate in 4 moves. Done. Oh no, it's ended quickly. Crofty, good shout for once, mate. Track clear. They've removed the debris. No opportunity. I think they've done well there, the FIA. That's kept Scuderia Ferrari in the race. So those in the pits would have screwed themselves over, right? They won't have got a proper virtual safety car pit stop because the virtual safety car ended so quickly. Go on then, flash up the bloody battery again, please. Broadcaster, producer. Now that we're looking at Max Verstappen honing in on the gearbox of Lando, we need to see a battery metric state of charge, por favor. Please. Where is it? Max Verstappen nubbles it as Lando Norris comes in the pits. Couldn't handle the tyres. Fair play, Lando. Don't hate it, mate. So currently the delta between Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton, 7 seconds. Oh, the humanity. With T minus 24 laps left on the docket, 35 in the books. Currently your race lead is George Russell. 6 seconds down the road from his teammate Kimi Antonelli. Leclerc in third. Lewis Hamilton in fourth. Maximilian Verstappen in fifth position. Lindblad, fair play, Arvid Lindblad. Is this your first race, chap? The only rookie on the grid. Look at that. Where's Liam Lawson? 8 places down the road in 14th. Oh, the humanity. You runners and riders with 24 laps remaining. Round 1, Albert Park, Australian Grand Prix. George Russell, 137.6 rounded last tour, leads the race. Antonelli from Leclerc in third. Lewis Hamilton in fourth. Verstappen from Lindblad, Behrman, Lando Norris, Pierre Gasly and Esteban Ocon rounds out your points scoring positions. Oh, the humanity. They pulled Lando in after. I know. McLaren not looking very clever at the moment. I don't want anyone to crash, but if Colafinto could do the usual. No, H. We can't. No, H the Wood. You can't advocate for a cheeky Nicholas Latifi. All aside, Russell played this out. He's not Afro Crumble, I'm telling you. Nothing to be played with this George Russell chap. Can Max make the mids last? I think he'll make it last. But yeah, I suppose he's just playing rear gunner, right? So long as he's got Lindblad. Look at Lindblad up there next to Max. But then Max is he has nobbled 15 places. So George Russell can just afford to play rear gunner now. Just play defence. And he's got Antonelli to play defence proper, right? He can do a Carlos Sainz Singapore 2023 and use Antonelli to because Charles, in order to attack George, is going to have to get past Antonelli first, eh? So Noda-san loving it. Are you telling me the Racing Bulls outperforming the famous apparently at the moment, which is chaos, right? Got to put some respect on the battery deployment of that Red Bull Ford. And again, I thought that they'd done that. I thought the Red Bull Ford was going to be garbage. I thought I was convinced. And look now, what do I know? Max has to stop again. He's already 17 laps on his mediums. Does he have to stop again? Go on, let's check this out. We can check this out because your boys are Ferrari dropping. 17 laps deep on mediums. Yeah, that might be an issue. 20 laps worth on the mediums, maybe 26. Yeah, he might struggle here a bit, Max. Would he in cruise control as well? He might be. Holy cow, Max is only 9 seconds for the lead. That's chaos. That is chaos. Actually, that is not true. Who said 9 seconds? No. I don't think that's true. I think he's 33 seconds down the road from the lead. Trust but verify, Cameron. All F1 journos are created equally, but some are created more equal than others. When they show intervals, you realise that it's like that 10.6 seconds is to Hamilton, not to the race lead. So your cumulative delta for Max Verstappen is 33.4 seconds. You can see it on the right-hand side of your screen. Interval is different to gap. Interval is to the person in front of him. Gap is the delta. I know a safety car, Davey, would be good, to be fair. Yeah. Oscar didn't DNF. Oscar DNS'd. He did not start. Cheeky downshift moment when he had a front right absorbing too much curb. if they pit George, we've got a race, you know. I think they are going to try and get to the end. Why would you not? Because George can manage it right, and he's got Antonelli to help him. That's the difference. I think if it were George and then Leclerc and then Hamilton, I think they might consider pitting more. But because he's got Antonelli as a rear gunner there, I think you'll just use Antonelli as a placeholder, right? Manifest Destiny crashed on the site in that. Yeah, Oscar Piastri yeeted it on the lap to the grid from the pits. Bless him. Esteban Ocon on Gasly again. They don't like each other, do these guys? They're not big fans of each other, apparently. McLaren is a little bit disappointing, I know. And to think they've got the Mercedes, but Mercedes have done them a little bit dirty. They have. Do not need another virtual. We need another full safety tree. The way that these cars can overtake, can you imagine a full safety? A full red, in fact, cheese. Ant said he can't stand to the end. I think they'll make him. Charles Leclerc goes purple on a 22.5. Don't hate it. Stroll retired. Did he even race it? I didn't even notice him. Early retirement. Lando nobbles Arvid up into 6th. Lucky Lando. I mean, he can get some good points here, can't he? 8 points for Lando Norris, currently sat in 6th. Guessing P5 for Max. Yeah, I think he'll do well if he can catch Lewis. I think he'll want to just damage limitation, right? If he started from P20 and he takes home. Takes home 10 points. He'll love that, won't he? Damage limitation proper. Only losing himself, therefore, 15 points to George Russell. We need a safety car to change things up now. Daniel, I don't hate it, mate. I don't hate it. Another year, another disappointment as far as a Ferrari fan. Yeah, just bring them in. You don't always need to be. I just don't know, chat. They're quite stubborn, our Scuderia Ferrari. There is this culture of I feel like everybody's fighting for their job every single day. And that doesn't necessarily harbour. The Fiorano culture doesn't encourage innovation. Everybody's too scared. Arvin Lindblad nails Behrman. Careful. Yeah, you got to be careful. Go on then. We don't know Crofty. Behrman nobbles Lindblad again. Put the battery up. How did Vasseur get his job? Who hired him? I think Frederick Vasseur was part of Project Hamilton. Because Fred and Lewis worked together back in the day, didn't they? In GP2, maybe? Or GP3? I can't remember. At ART. Oh, that is just rubbish. Just trying to do the overtake and just hearing the engine go. Oh my gosh, Crofty. Those liveries look amazing. What doesn't look amazing? When they're overtaking and then the bloody battery just cuts. Don't like it. It's the onboard that's upsetting. Don't show us the onboard ever when cars are overtaking each other because it's not a good look. Like, no. The biggest anticlimax ever. Look at them going into turn 9 on board with Pierre Gasly, and then his engine's going like if I tell you what, the engine note's critical here, isn't it? When you hear them shifting, when you hear them accelerating, and it's going dun, 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 and then you get to a turn that ordinarily you'd hear the engine note flat. I think there is something visceral to the audible. When you hear the engine going dun, 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 and you're expecting that note to hold because that's what you've become used to around the Maggots and the Beckett's or whatever, dun, and it starts to go dun, a drone, not a downshift, a drone because it's not a good look. I'm telling you, the optics aren't good, bruv. It's not good. Arvid Lindblad on it. Look at that. He sounds a lot like Lewis, doesn't he? He's got that weird accent. Arvid Lindblad looking to try for Bearman. Currently, your runners and riders with 17 laps remaining. George Russell has the whip hand to Antonelli, his teammate Leclerc in third, Hamilton in fourth. They're going to need to post-mortem this. Here we go. Max Verstappen comes in the pits. Where's he going to come out? Max Verstappen's going to come out way down. Look at this. Going to come out by Albon, isn't he? Where has he come out? Max Verstappen. 6. Let's come out in 6th. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm already looking at him coming out. I'm ahead of the game on my metrics on the right hand side, and my audio visuals are 10,000 years behind. Cameron, Max Lando. 4 seconds. Max will nobble him with those brand new tyres on, I think. Although Max has got hards on, that's interesting. With 16 laps remaining, Lewis putting his foot down. 20 seconds. 5 seconds in the delta between Charles in third and Lewis in fourth. You know what? At the start of the race, it was incredible, right? Like, the overtaking was mad. But since, you needed a flag, didn't you? You needed to bunch them back up, but we didn't get it. 16 laps remaining. Do me a favour if you like the stream. Like the stream. 1,200 of you watching concurrently, and I'm grateful for each and every single one of you. We have ourselves a first race of the season. This is techie. You're gonna have to tell me. I'm keen to get your ratings. Drop a number out of 10 in the chat. Let me see what you guys rate this race thus far. And I know we're not finished yet, so I'm a bit premature, but I'm keen to survey. I want to know what you think. Again, I'm prepping the questions for Peter Windsor in my head tomorrow already. I'm keen to see what you guys think of this. Whether this race has cracked, popped, fizzled, damp squid settings, just did as I know. I thought the same thing. Or maybe they didn't have. But they did this at Barcelona last year. Do you remember when they put him on hards? 500 lights, Afro Cumber. You're 100% right, mate. If we could get to that, I would appreciate it. TWM gives it a 10. Early on, it felt. Are you being sarcastic, TWM? KC says 7. Dennis gives it an 8 out of 10. Baz a 4 out of 10. John 6, 7. Wide ranging. We have ourselves divergence, don't we? BX 7, Mr. L 7, RC 7, Test 8. We've got 6s. We're all over the shop. The spread is very scattergun, right? We've got 5s all the way up to 10s. What are we doing here? What's the gap between Lewis and Norris? The gap currently on the right hand side of your screen, ladies and gentlemen of the F1 jury, is 26 seconds or 34 seconds. Excuse me, your boy can't do maths. How's a set of tyres going 80% of the GP distance? Because they're managing, aren't they? Here we go, Gasly. Now we've got state of charge on the... They're messing around, aren't they? How are they putting these battery things on? I can't tell. You need a percentage on there as well. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I get it. So you've got the overtake, fair. So Ocon's currently leveraging some overtake. Get that? It's interesting, these metrics, eh? They've tried. They have tried. McLaren are cooked for this season. They'll improve. They can develop a car, can McLaren, over the course of the season. They can. Started off 9, but it was good at the start, wasn't it? H the wood. It weren't bad. Wayne says 9. Oof. It's the start, isn't it? Do you average it out over the... I mean, if it's the start, then everybody's giving it an 8 or a 9. But then the latter half has kind of... It's lacked for some stakes, let's say. 1,200 of you watching concurrently. We've got to get to 500 likes before we end, surely. 8, says Kevin the Rant. The F5 have created the rules where we will not get a repeat of 2014. That deserves a 9 or a 10. TWM, bloody Nora, mate. I don't hate it, cha. Don't hate it. Ferrari messed up 100%, Bobby, as they always do. Virtual safety car, gift horse. Let's look at it in the mouth. Up. That's Verstappen is pushing hard. You bet your bottom dollar he is. Look at that. He's killing it, Max is. Can we get a battery, Matt? Can we get a state of charge? Metric up. Oh, yeah, he's going to nobble him, isn't he? Lando will not have an answer. Is this overtake going to make you feel better, John? That's easy, G. It's a consolation prize, but damage limitation, from Max Verstappen. The racing is going to be interesting, isn't it? George Russell is the type of guy to go to a confidential driver's debrief and then leak out confidential messages to the accredited F1 media and press. He's the type of guy to do something like that, isn't he? Joe, you're a legend, chap. This is an embarrassment. Didier Drogba. Onboards on the street. I know it's the onboards, Phoenix. Yeah, the onboards. If you're watching from a distance and you don't hear the engine, like it's a nothing burger. But when they're about to do an overtake and then you hear the drop off, it's like, oh, it's such a damp squid. Cameron and Martin said Lando won't have a chance at the same time. I said it after. To be fair, I'll give Brundle credit. He said it before me and I heard him. And I repeated it because it was a good point. George will win this unless a safety car changes things. 100%. 44 laps on one set is crazy. Standard though, when you can measure, do you know what I mean? When you can go at your own speed and therefore manage the tyres. He's got himself a clean air privilege, has King George Russell. I like it that George is a little snake, T-Race. George Russell, the type of guy to leak confidential messages. Bernie Collins, Max is a race as simple as 100%. Bobby J, he does like a race. That's why he's going to, is it in April when he's just going to do 4 weekends worth of racing across different disciplines? 2 NLS races, 2 F1 races. Ugh, science in the pits again. Williams need to sort their act out here because this ain't good enough. If they've got the Mercedes PU, then they need to be doing better than this, 12th and 15th. Although they do take a while to play their way to the crease of the T-minus 11 laps remaining. 48 are in the books. George Russell's got this, hasn't he? Easy for George. All of those bods who would like double, I saw loads of fantasy F1. I keep saying fantasy football. Old habits die hard, apparently. I keep seeing loads of fantasy F1 bods who would put their chip, their triple points chip on Hajar. Yeah, they won't be laughing so much now with the cheeky DNF. They won't be laughing so much now. But the guys that took a risk and put Antonelli in, that will be laughing. I couldn't put Antonelli in. It didn't even look like he was going to make qualifying. And then Mercedes all of a sudden worked magic because Max, his car yeeted him into the barrier. The question is, does Toto look at Lindblad and not Max? What do you mean? For a Mercedes? No. Although Avi Lindblad, there's potential there for sure, to be sure. T-minus 10 laps remaining. Currently, George Russell has the whip hand, 5.8 seconds down the road from his teammate. They're not even catching, are they? Leclerc, I feel, has settled. The race is on for 5th between Max and Lando. We need a car stop on track, potentially. That wouldn't be bad. Can you imagine? I swear. Then all of a sudden, everyone's like, oh my gosh, these new rules are amazing. If we got ourselves an Abu Dhabi 2021 for the next 10 laps, oh, the humanity. Willem, I appreciate you, mate. Hi, Cameron, you're the GOAT in F1 channels. Currently watching from Thailand. I've vacated. You're a legend. They're too kind. But again, my name is above the door, of course. But this channel drives and survives by dint of you guys showing up, your industry, you guys holding my very noddy feet to the F1 flame, if you know what I mean. And for that, I appreciate you guys more than any words can convey. Stasis here. I think we have our finishing positions on the right hand side of your screen. No, you can't get past. No, not at the moment. Go on, Max. Have a word, mate. Let's get a bit sexy with the downshifts or something. And producers, can we get up some battery metrics, some state of charge? It's too funny. Remember, chat, if you like the stream, then like the stream. Joma, you're a legend. Big up, Cam. Thanks for all you do. I appreciate you, Joma. And shortly hereafter, there will be a cheeky reaction video that needs to go up. It's going to get techie. I just scudded here, Ferrari. Did we just go scorched earth Ferrari? I think we might have to. This is a disgrace. A disgrace. 0.6 between Lando in 5th and Max Verstappen in 6th. Makes sense. How can you DNF and come back? They're using it as testing, aren't they? I think you can do whatever you want. I don't think they actually retired the car. They were just in the pits, if you're talking about Aston. Max. Go on then, Max. Half a second. Keep pushing. You never know. Lewis's engineer. I like that message from Lewis's engineer. That speaks. I think Lewis will enjoy hearing that because he's talking about getting Charles Leclerc. Do you know what I mean? That's proper. To not go scorched earth on Ferrari is impossible. 100% deserved. Afro Campbell. I'm surprised more cars haven't broken down. Says that. Me too. Me too. They've done all right. Look at that. We've only lost how many? We've still got 17 left, so that means that we lost 5. Not bad. It's not bad. Then show us the bloody battery, the state of charge then. No or nah. Lewis 3 seconds behind, 2.5 seconds adrift. 4 of my 5, 4 of my top 5 in the top 8. Don't hate that, muggers. Fantasy is going to be chaos this season. Be sure to join. Get yourself on the Discord and join the bloody community tab, and make sure you join. Keep pushing, doing well. This is positive from the race engine. Yep, leave me to it, mate. Thanks. Let's go. That's positive, chat. But the dynamic between, he sounds like he's got a bit of a oomph to him, a bit of vavavoom. Do you know what I mean? Max Verstappen honing in on 5th place again. Look at this. 0.7 is the delta, 7 tenths plus 15 laps is crazy. They're both coming in about how the hell is Max not getting past Lando. It's techie, that's why. Driver of the day vote. Go on then. Don't mind if you do. What's going on, Chad? I hope you are. As we round third. See, Paul, you're a legend, mate. I appreciate you for becoming the latest member, the latest deleted pebbler of the channel. If you are so inclined, get yourself over to the community tab. Shortly thereafter, get yourself in the Discord, within which space we continue the F1 mode of discourse. We need to get ourselves a driver of the day vote. 41% of you've got George winning, and I think 41% of you are going to be proven to be correct. Right, let's have a go. We need to get ourselves a You guys let me know driver of the day. 1,400 of you watching concurrently, do me a favour and smash the like. I appreciate you ad nauseum and ad infinitum so much that I'm singing and I cannot sing. Right, we have ourselves 5 laps left on the docket. 54 are in the books. George Russell has the whip hand. 23.0 last tour from Kimi Antonelli. 4.4 seconds adrift. In third, you've got Charles Leclerc, aka modern day Journalese. 15 seconds now off the lead. Behind him is teammate Sir Lewis Hamilton. Chaos, 23.1 last tour. In fifth, you've got Lando Norris, currently holding off a fire-breathing dragon in Maximilian Verstappen, who's losing time. That gap's gotten bigger, Ray. 1.5 seconds is the delta between Max and Lando Norris for 5th position. Behrman in 7th, Lindblad in 8th, Bortoletto in 9th, Pierre Gasly in 10th. Oh, the humanity. Interesting race, eh? Interesting race. You guys let me know who you've got driver of the day, eh? Maximilian Verstappen, 62% of you. All day long, Cam. It ain't over until the overweight lady sings. Or something like that. Lando's starting to pull away 100%. F1 TV. Come on, Max. Bloody hell. Good new rules. Put all the cars together. So we have a race, 6 cars and 14 laps. Good job, FIA. What do you mean, honey? I pitched Charles as long as he can hold the podium. I had to mute F1 TV. They're flopping the Martin Brundle. It's not been Brundle and Crofty's best call, I'll say that. Bring Alex Jakes in or somebody like that. Or James Allen. Or friend of the channel, Peter Windsor. Although the latter two probably wouldn't even accept the job, even if you offered it to them. 55 laps in the books. On one hand, I said Max would finish P6. On the other hand, I wanted to beat Lando. I think it's tough at this. I don't know. I think it's tough. Let's have a gander. To be fair, he's got no, because Lando pitted as well, and he's on hards, isn't he? He almost needs longer. He needs for the final stint to be longer so that the hards can come into play. Where's this get past button? Well, we don't see it, Bobby, because they're not showing the bloody graphic, are they, anymore? Got to be a bit more consistent. We're going to have words about the broadcast, aren't we? We're going to have words. Max might finish P6. True. I think as George goes green on a 22.670. Huh. Two seconds is the delta between Lando in 5th and Max in 6th. By the way, Max Verstappen gains himself 14 places. P20 was his start. Cameron, I'll sub to you when I can adjust my payment method. Is ideal Dutch. Can't use it on YouTube because for some reason every other streaming platform does like money, but YouTube doesn't accept it. 22, Chad, what is that about? Mate, you're a legend. I appreciate you, respected. You know what I mean? I'm sorry that it's proving problematic. Good on Lewis to be catching Charles, though 1000%. 2 seconds of the delta between Charles currently in third and Lewis in second. That is promising. And you know what I like more than that? I appreciate Santi, isn't it? As Lewis Hamilton's race engineer. Bosey still as Charles. I like the positive from Lewis's race engineer. I like that. He needs that. A few more laps and Lewis would have made the podium. Don't know about that, Clive. I don't know about that. Maybe. My crystal ball is as murky as the next person. Are you on iOS, says John. Lewis is going to be dangerous this season. No kids, no problem. I mean, he's going to be playing stepdaddy to Kanye's kids, isn't he? But that doesn't matter. What are we talking about? Jomo, you're a legend. 500 likes. I appreciate each and every single one of you to the moon and back. Reaction video incoming. Going to get a bit techie. Lance's plus 12 laps. Jeez. Yeah, because he stopped, didn't he, for ages? That's why. Cameron, that positivity in this race, the way it unfolded seems a bit I know, I understand. I agree with you, I agree with you, real nemesis. I think you're onto something here. 2 laps remaining, 57 in the books. Alex Jakes and David Coulthard are in the Apple TV commentary box. Oh, don't messing about here. Alex Jakes, Nico Rosberg, Martin Brundle, full stop, new paragraph. That's what you need. In an ideal world, James Allen, Peter Windsor, but again, I don't think either one of them would take the role. It's a lot. It is a lot. And in that respect, you've got to put some respect on Crofty and Brundle's names, right? Got to fly all around the world, 24 races a year, spend time away from your family, blah, blah, blah. So maybe we should be more grateful and less critical sometimes. 1,300 of you watching concurrently, do me a favour and smash the like as we round third on race number 1, round 1. The Australian Grand Prix at Albert Park. Oh, the humanity. Final lap. George Russell has the whip hand. Never in doubt, chat. It has never been in doubt. And for right, I'm going off to sleep. Let's go. There, 919. I appreciate you, mate. Cameron says here, amazing commentary. I appreciate you, Afro Crumble. We're trying out here. Early morning, 5:26 GMTs. Cameron, mate, Paul. Will Hamilton get on the podium this year? I think so. T-Racer. Looks good. Those starts are different, aren't they? And especially bearing in mind that this is... Lewis Hamilton. Look at this. Bloody Noro. Only 1 second away. Lewis Hamilton chasing down Charles Leclerc. Chaos. Absolute chaos. Max Verstappen 2.5 seconds adrift. Nothing doing there for snitching time. You remember when they called him washed? I do remember. Not they. Me, TWM. Do you know what I mean? Father time, undefeated, undisputed. 22, Chad Reed. You're a legend, mate. I appreciate you for becoming the latest member of the channel and the support, of course, as George Russell nails it. Easy money. Look at that. 2.9 seconds the delta between him and Antonelli. Too easy. Holy smoke. Ferrari drivers race through to the end. Look at that. Don't hate that. Do not hate that. Is Hamilton going to get a Ferrari podium? No Ferrari podium, but a decent performance from Lewis. Why does Toto's hair always look like that when he's got his bloody headset on? He's on it, so doesn't care, does he? He's a billionaire. Chad, I appreciate you, mate. You're far too kind, sir. Lando rain lasted just winter season. There's a lot of racing still to be done. Tell me this race was interesting or boring. I don't know. Is the jury's still out, mate? I don't know. The first 10 laps were chaos. It's too easy for George, mate. Happy it's over. Very cringe-worthy, that from George. Did he try and do a sue? You've got a bit more bass, George. It's sue. That's what you need if you're going to do the Cristiano Ronaldo thing. Very nice. What's he doing? He's insufferable sometimes. He's trying too hard. Not horrible. Here is to 2026. Let's go, Sir John. I appreciate you as always, mate. Far too kind and generous. And that wasn't the worst. It could have been worse. We just don't need that on board, do we? We just don't need that on. The onboard just makes it worse when you hear the super clipping. It's horrible. For Sir has to go. Oh no, I'm gonna have to smash them, aren't I? Title of the reaction video: Ferrari are a disgrace. Why wouldn't they pit him under virtual safety car? Maybe they're thinking their car could have managed the one star. I don't know. You got to try and keep yourself in the game though, right? The second that George takes advantage of the virtual safety car, you are on the back foot. It's just that simple. He's no more complicated than that. Like, Leclerc could have won. Oh my gosh, chat. Oh. Here we go. Brundle says Kimi Antonelli's going to keep George Russell on his toes. Huh. Interesting. Oh dear. Interesting, chat. Very interesting. Race number 1, round 1 is in the books. I don't know how to feel, chat. 49% of you have Max Verstappen as the driver of the day, and of course I can't disagree with that. I don't know how to feel about that race. Mr. Windsor's going to destroy me tomorrow. 10-7 incoming. As I try and I will try and I know they're getting him on nerves, are they? Woody's acting like he's won the world championship already. It says he's a bit annoying, isn't he? His likability is not George's forte, but he's a bloody good driver, is the issue. Separate the sports person from the sports personality or something like that. Mate. Go on then, chat. I'm going to run. You've got a reaction video coming. Cammy, you're also going to do NLS. If Max is out on track, then we're going to have to, ain't we? Insufferable. Well, Cameron, no more boost available. Time to harvest some energy. See you. You're a legend, Wolf. I appreciate you, mate. It's yeah, combined harvesting. Cam, you reckon Leclerc gave up on that win early and said, no, I don't think Shaw. For however much I want to criticise modern day Jean Lazy's, Shaw will go for the win there. But I feel like they will look back on that and they'll be like, why didn't they? Beat's gonna nay. A big nay. Big nay. It's gonna be a problem tomorrow between me and Windsor. He's gonna smash me. I thought it sucked. I will not be watching. GTR, is that you, Mr. Windsor, on the burner? Cam, wishing you a good sleep, bruv. You're a legend, Bobby J. I appreciate you, mate. I'm going to run. Reaction video coming shortly. You guys are legends, one and all. I appreciate each and every single one of you to the moon and back For the brand new members, for Charles Edward, as always, far too generous. I appreciate you guys, one and all. Between now and next time, reaction video coming shortly, 8 p.m. today. Again, piecing together all the relevant narratives out the back of round 1, Albert Park, the Australian Grand Prix. 10 a.m. or midday tomorrow for Mr. Windsor interview. You guys have been legends, one and all. I appreciate you to the moon and back. Have yourself a fantastic Sunday. Hug somebody that you love. Between now and next time, may all your sectors be purple.